I'm back. Sorry I cut off. What this is about is relationship diving, or finding out what relationships exactly are. Wanting to learn more about the truth and intricacies of relationships. That's what this is about. This is diving deep into relationships. It's interesting how when we go to dive into a relationship, we don't want to look into it. We don't want to do the shadow work. We don't want to go deeper into it. We don't want to do the inner work to have ourselves when we're in that relationship. When we're in a relationship, it's work. There's not just half-assing it. We don't want to do the work that we have to do to be part of it. We want to just half-ass things. But when you're in a relationship, whether it be with yourself, roommate, whatever, or you're even in a marriage, you have to be willing to do the inner work. You have to be willing to do what it takes to work in that relationship. One of the biggest things that break down relationships is financial. It's one of the biggest things that break them down. That is finances, not communicating, lying, cheating, stealing. Those are the biggest things that break down relationships. But when you're in a relationship and you have money, that money's just not for you. It's for your other half too. It's for your kids too. So when you're in that relationship, it's not just about you anymore. It's about them as well. So I touched base on the first show I did over on Facebook earlier of how we have to, when we're in that money discussion. I'm going to dive further into this. Watch this. Okay. When you're going off and you're selfishly buying something you really don't need, and you're not consulting to have saying, hey, look, do we have the money for this? Because you probably know she's going to say no, but you go off and do it anyway. Guess what? You're becoming selfish, arrogant as hell. And you're going off and doing what you want. Watch what that decision does. Let's dive deeper into this. Ready? We're going to go deeper. That doesn't just take money away from her. That doesn't take money just away from your household. It takes money away from your kids. Let's say you're a life coach on top of that, and you're going, hey, look, trust your wife, communicate with your wife, do this, do that. But guess what? You're preaching a false propaganda of a message. You're not really being an authentic self. So you're preaching, be authentic, be this, be that. But guess what? You're not being authentic at all. Because you're falsely preaching things that you're doing behind the scenes that are fucked up. So you're damaging. That right there is just not damaging them. And let's say your other half finds out about it and you deflect. She goes, hey, look, honey, we didn't really have the money. And you're like, okay, and so? And you get mad at her because she gets mad, because she comes down on you. Exactly. I love it. Thank you, Kaya. You took your wife's Social Security too because now she can't trust you and you have your family's back. Exactly. Are you speaking from some personal experience that have went in on you? Or are you speaking from something that has been done to you? I get the feeling, Kai, that you've been down this road and you know what I'm talking about. Because when you're in a relationship and you take money, guess what? You're taking money not just from you. You're taking it from your kids. You're taking it from what the household needs. You're not, oh yeah, way too many times I have went through this and I see it happen. Very true. It is very, very true. Too many times do we go through this crap. Too many times I've been down this road. I'm going to get real vulnerable right here. I was in a relationship for 10 and a half years. Her and I went back and forth with each other. You can see this on my Facebook. If you are on my Facebook, you can see the show I did. But too many times that her and I do crap to each other. But then there was a time that I was on Social Security, I still am, that I ended up having her hold on to some cash for me because I got stuck. in jail for 19 months. I got stuck of some decisions that I made that caused me to go away. Okay, I will look you up. I made some decisions that put me away for 19 months. We'll just go into it's not ready enough to go into what I went. It's done and over with. Been out for 3 years. Been out for over 3 years. But yet I had her hold on to some money. I had her hold on to some sufficient amount of money for me. And while I sat in jail, I found out that money was actually putting her up, putting her husband up, and putting someone else up in a motel. And hello. Hello. I found out that money was being spent in places that it shouldn't be. That there was money being going where it wasn't going where she told me it was going. And then after I got out, I still had her hold on to the money for me because I was so mentally screwed up in the head that I thought her and I were going to ride off in the sunset together. So I let her manipulate me and wrap me around her finger. And that went on for a little bit. Then it got to a point where I got with someone else when my ex was already married to somebody, but I got with somebody else that I thought I was happy with. That one turned out to be a bigger nightmare. That one turned out to be an alcoholic. But hey, I have no problem with alcoholics because I was an alcoholic, but this one drank every day because that's what she felt she needed. She felt she needed to drink all the time. She felt that she needed this. So granted, she manipulated me, knocked me down emotionally, and I fought back emotionally. Yeah, and it got to a point where I wasn't happy, but yet I was compromising myself. And at what cost? What cost is a book I'm writing, is at what cost are we willing to continue to let ourselves stay in that position? At what cost are we willing to keep sacrificing ourselves? What are we sacrificing? We're sacrificing our emotional needs, our emotional health. We're sacrificing everything about ourselves. They're turning us in their damn emotional Barbie doll. They are causing us to dress how they want their emotional clothes, shirt, pants, shoes, whatever, jewelry, tattoos, whatever they want. They lift a hand, they lift a string. We're like, yes, we do this. We follow you. We do what you want. So guess what? We did what they wanted. And I was with this one 11 months, 3 days. And then this one decided to go back to her abusive ex that she ran away from. Yeah, and they are not treating you how you should because you aren't exactly because we weren't treating ourselves right. Exactly. This is long before I got into life coaching. Then, when she left, I was devastated. I'm not gonna lie. Then what's kind of interesting, after she left, my ex that had been out of my life for 3 years tried to ease way back in my life, and I thought it was a good idea, but turned out to be really, really bad. But I do have a partner in my life. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave them anonymous. That partner didn't save me. She taught me, hey, look, I'm not going to save you. You need to save yourself. You need to learn who you are inside. You need to be happy with yourself before you can be happy with anybody else. So when they taught me, they said, look, when you dig in, you got to dig in deep. You got to sit there with that shit. You got to sit there in that muck, in that pain, that chaos, and work through it. And it sucked. But guess what? I've made it a long ways. I've come a long way since then. I've come a long way since those days. Hello, Kai. I've come a long ways since those days. I've learned how to dig further in than I've ever done. I've done so much shadow work that I thought I was going to get sick of shadow work. But yet, that shadow work, that's good multitasking. That shadow work helped me and saved me. I had to save myself because at the end of the day, I'm there for me. And I ended up creating Sealic Quantum Coaching. I'm a quantum recovery coach. I am a quantum recovery coach and quantum energy healer. There are many people out there that have helped me. Jason and Myra Gerdes, Garrett Wildman Hunter, Tyler Vane Durden. Someone I will call Mountain Woman has helped me. There's been quite a few people that have helped me along my way that have gotten me to a point where I've gotten stronger. But I had to be willing to let people help me first. I had to pull my head out of my ass and not be in my ego. I had to let myself get stronger. I had to build myself up. It took a lot of months of hard work to finally get to where I'm at. And I'm strong as a motherfucker. I am the only one that can beat me is me. The only way that if someone can take my powers unless I give it to them. That is a truth. That is the fucking truth. You ain't gonna take my power from me. You ain't gonna beat me down. I stand on a cliff. Having people go, the storm is coming, run. I am the storm. I am already here. And I love helping people. I was a life coach many, many years ago. I used to have my own business called Grimm's Coaching Dynamics. But that's a long time ago. But what I do now is I help people because I've been down that road. There ain't nothing nobody can slap at me, throw at me, stab me, poke me with whatever that I haven't done to myself. I am strong as hell. I come from a background of childhood abuse. I come from a background at one point of having daddy issues, mommy issues, all sorts of issues. I've been down that road. I've been down the emotional dark road where I've been beaten physically, where I've been sexually molested. Yeah, I've had a lot of shit happen in my life, but guess what? Made me stronger for who I am. Because truth, every day is a struggle for us out there. Getting up is a struggle. Hell, I have nerve because May 9th, 2022, someone tried to deliberately have me run over with a truck and tried to kill me. I ended up with a fractured ankle, 3 breaks in my tibia, crushed kneecap, crushed hip, crushed pelvis. I flatlined 4 times. Twice in the ambulance, or twice before we left the scene, once in the ambulance, once at the hospital, but yet here I am. I'm not saying I'm unbeatable, but I know I'm unstoppable. Because I am strong as a motherfucker. I am strong as hell. I let myself be strong. I continue to be strong. I continue pushing no matter what. I let myself be strong. I let myself keep going no matter what, because I am unstoppable. I don't let things get in my path. When someone tells, I don't like the term can't, and I don't like the term should've, unless I don't like quit should've-ing yourself, meaning quit saying, oh, I should have done this, should have done that. It's done and over with, but yet you still keep going no matter what. Push yourself. That's what you do. It's where you can go. Be unstoppable. Be a force to be reckoned with. Have a good night, everybody.